I'll never forget the sound. The splash itself was nothing unusual, the kind you'd expect when someone dove into a pool. But the scream that followed, it was different. Raw, jagged, desperate. The kind of cry a man makes when his body senses danger before his mind fully registers it. I stood silently behind the curtain, watching him thrash in the water. My wife's lover. The man who believed he could drink my wine, eat at my table, slip between my wife's sheets, and swim in the pool I paid for. I didn't blink. I didn't flinch. Because this wasn't an accident, and it wasn't an act of sudden rage. It was deliberate. We had been married for 11 years. From the outside, everything looked perfect. An elegant home, 2 cars in the driveway, laughter at dinner parties. She used to shine in those moments. People envied us, or at least what they thought we were. But comfort is a slow poison. It numbs. You don't notice the absence of love until the silence becomes unbearable. She stopped reaching for my hand, stopped asking about my day. Her smile became polite, the kind you give to a guest you wish would leave. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I had gone dull. Maybe I let work consume me. I tried to fix it, flowers, date nights, weekend trips. But when someone's heart already belongs elsewhere, your efforts are just noise in the background. The signs were subtle, but they were there. Wine glasses in the sink, though I never touched wine. A damp towel in the bathroom when I'd been gone all day. And always, the faint scent of chlorine drifting in the evenings, even though neither of us had used the pool for weeks. One Tuesday, I left work early and parked down the street. I slipped through the back gate quietly. And there he was, a stranger in my pool, cutting through the water with broad strokes like he owned the place. My wife sat nearby, legs crossed, watching him with a kind of smile I hadn't seen in years. She didn't hear me approach. She was too busy laughing at something he said. That moment broke something in me, but it also sharpened me. Anger clouds judgment. What I felt was clarity. Revenge, I realized, had to be cold, patient, calculated. So I observed. I tracked their routine. He came every Wednesday and Friday, always late morning, always gone before 3. They thought they were clever. They weren't. I collected evidence, photos, videos, receipts of their midweek indulgences. I locked it all away, waiting for the moment to bring her world down piece by piece. But first, him. The intruder who swam in my water. I spent weeks researching. The human body is more fragile than most realize. A swimming pool is a carefully balanced system. Chlorine, stabilizes, pH. Disturb that balance, and the water itself becomes hostile. I didn't need poison. Poison leaves a trail. I needed something invisible, deniable, brutal. What I ordered online seemed harmless in small doses. But in larger amounts, it became agony. A chemical cocktail that could scorch the lungs if inhaled as vapor, that could set the skin ablaze with burning welts. On a Thursday night, while the pump hummed as usual, I poured the mixture into the system. Colorless, odorless, indistinguishable from ordinary water. By morning, the trap was ready. Friday, I called in sick, told her I'd be tied up in meetings across town. She believed me. Liars always assume others are blind. By noon, he was there, like clockwork. Shirtless, flexing, smug. She kissed him quickly, hesitant, guilty, but enough for me to feel the knife twist. Then he walked to the edge of my pool. My pool. And dove in. The scream came seconds later. His body convulsed violently, as though the water had turned into acid around him. He clawed toward the surface, gasping, coughing, skin erupting in red blotches. My wife shrieked, rushing to him, trying to pull him out. That was when I stepped from behind the curtain. Her face when she saw me, I'll never forget it. The blood drained from her cheeks, her mouth opening without words. She didn't need to ask how much I knew. Get him out, I said evenly, before he drowns. She scrambled, dragging him to the edge, wrapping him in a towel. He whimpered like a wounded child, all his swagger gone. I let the silence stretch before I spoke again. I know everything. I dropped a folder onto the table. Photos. Timestamps. Receipts. Page after page of proof too exact to deny. Her hands trembled as she flipped through it. Every sheet another nail in the coffin of her excuses. You had 11 years, I told her quietly. And this is what you chose to do with them. No shouting. No rage. My calm was sharper than any scream could have been. Because she realized, in that moment, that I wasn't broken, I was finished with her. By nightfall, he was gone. She begged me not to involve the police, not to ruin his life. I almost laughed. His life was already ruined. He would carry scars inside and out for years. And as for her, she had no idea how much worse it would get. The divorce was swift and merciless. With the evidence I presented, she didn't even attempt to fight. My lawyer all but smiled through the proceedings. She walked away with far less than she expected, her reputation in shreds. Friends she thought loyal drifted away once the truth spread. And me? I walked out lighter. Free. Do I regret it? Not for a moment. When I think of that splash, that scream, the instant when his arrogance collided with my patience, I feel nothing but closure. Because betrayal is like rut. If you don't carve it out completely, it festers. I cut deep. I cut clean. Now when I pass by that pool, silent and still, reflecting only the sky above, I don't see their shadows anymore. I see only my own. Whole. Untouched.